You're welcome back. This is the pulse here on Joy. Now, this morning, the sitting of the Public Accounts Committee was abruptly halted after officials from the Office of Government Machinery failed to appear as scheduled. The absence of both the Chief Director and a Deputy Chief of Staff left members of the committee visibly frustrated, forcing a 30-minute suspension of proceedings while they awaited the arrival. We'll cross to Parliament shortly, but first, here is the exchange between representative of the Office of Government Machinery and the committee.
Who is the head of Office of Government Machinery?
That is the Chief Director.
The Chief Director is the head of Office of Government Machinery.
That's the arrangement.
And Dr. Wayo has been in the system for God knows when. You take up responsibility, come and discharge your mandate per the responsibility you have taken, and you are running away from that responsibility. Please take the Public Accounts Committee serious. You are supposed to appear here with your head, the head of the entity, so that if your head is not here, you cannot come and sit here and say you are taking that responsibility. And the letter we wrote to you was very, very clear. So respectfully, wherever he is, he has to come for us to continue with proceedings. That is part of his mandate as the Chief Director of the Office of Government Machinery. When we take up roles, we live by them and we discharge the mandates every time we are called upon to do that.
Staff. Deputy Chief of Staff. A Chief Director, yes. Every ministry has a Chief Director. But Office of the Government Machinery is always headed by the Deputy Chief of Staff. So please, when you go back, tell them, this is a parliamentary committee. We cannot just, we want people who are responsible so that when we are demanding of them, we'll do that.
Since we are waiting for the Chief Director to get here, we'll suspend sitting for 30 minutes.
Well, let me bring in my colleague James Abeji, who covered sitting of the Public Accounts Committee today. James, so finally the Chief Director came, but it wasn't an easy ride for him.
Exactly, Elton. And as you heard there earlier, he was supposed to appear with persons from other agencies, including the Council of State, the Northern Development Authority, the Zongo Development Authority as well. And if you look at the infractions captured under the Northern Development Authority, they include the uncovered retrieval of salary allowances from a number of employees amounting to over 500,000 Ghana cedis. The explanation to this has been that these personnel, when they were employed at the time that the Northern Development Authority was set up, some of them have not been on the government payroll for a while. And so they had to take the salary allowances from government in order to make rent and all of that. Of course, the recommendation of the Auditor General has been that this money should be paid with interest. The committee was divided over whether or not it was a fair thing to do to demand interest from them when it is the government who did not pay them on time, for which reason they have to take their salary allowances. But the chairman, ranking member on the committee, Honorable Atamos, insisted that that should be paid. Then the other infraction had 82 million Ghana cedis, which were debts accumulated over a 10-year period,
right,
which the leadership made clear that they were unable to collect this debt. It is in the explanation to some of these things that the Honorable Alhaji Abubakar Wayo, who is the Chief Director of the Office of Government Machinery, clashed with chairperson of the committee, Honorable Abna Osei-Asari, insisting that some of this misbehavior of members of this development authority has been because even though they are under the government machinery, the finance ministry has a lot of influence over them.
Okay.
It looks like there was a lot of political interference and political advantage on these three development authorities. They have been established only to be used for political propaganda. And so it led to a long back and forth between him and the chairperson of the country. You know that Honorable Abdina Asare has been a minister of state in charge of the finance ministry. And
right.
so she also didn't take it kindly, leading to a back and forth between them as to why they sat down and allowed this development authority to create what they call a mess of such kind, leading into the Auditor General's report.
And at some point, the chairperson herself had to recuse from the committee. Tell us why.
Exactly. It looks like there was no explanation given, but at the point, it looks like, I mean, when there is you know that there's a conflict of interest, the right thing as per convention is that you recuse yourself. You either declare the conflict of interest or you recuse yourself from the committee. And so we can just, I mean, conjecture that that may be the reason. But from yesterday, when the committee sitting started, she has decided to elevate the ranking member, Honorable Atamels, to co-chair the sitting.
Right.
And I had an interview with her and I inquired about that. And she explained that it has been something they agreed on when the orders of parliament was revised, so that when they start the new parliament and the report that comes to the committee covers a government that is in opposition, the government in power would now chair the committee so that they can deal with the issues that happened under the previous government, so that it will be fair, the committee will be able to achieve its purpose. And so that's the reason why she decided to switch positions with the ranking. But as to why she recused herself today, no specific reason has been given, Elton.
All right, James, let's leave it here for now. But in another development, the Ministry of Defense has also been referred to the Attorney General after their hearing. And of course, we'll bring you more in subsequent bulletins. James Aveji covering events at the Public Accounts Committee hearing.